In a world that's always moving, don't stand still. Why wear clear lenses when you can choose dynamic ones that adapt to your life? Discover Transition Lenses, clear lenses indoors that darken outdoors. Available in a wide range of colours. Visit your Boots Opticians for a demo.
Hello and welcome to See What's Possible, the podcast brought to you by Boots Opticians with some of the nation's most inspiring sports stars, media personalities and performers. We discover the secrets behind their phenomenal achievements and the mindset they instill to battle against all odds. I'm your host, Myleene Class, and today we are going to be talking about the importance of speech, using our voice, and how we can take the power of our body's senses for granted. My special guest today is one of the most familiar faces on TV and best-loved sports presenters, Chris Kamara. Following a 20-year career as a professional footballer and 3 years as a manager, Chris made the move into punditry, a natural transition with his quick wit and love of the game. Following 2 decades at Sky Sports presenting with Jeff Stelling, he left the show in 2021. A year later, he revealed he'd been diagnosed with a neurological condition, speech apraxia, where messages to the brain from the vocal cords get interrupted. Chris was the subject of an ITV documentary, Lost for Words, in 2022 and was awarded an MBE in 2023 for services to football, charity and anti-racism. Well, honestly, it's so lovely. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Haven't seen you, Chris, since the diagnosis.
Yes.
That you had, and it sounds like you have been through so much, but I have watched and seen the incredible things you've done. So your diagnosis is officially called apraxia of speech. What does that actually mean?
Well, initially, the contact between the brain and the mouth had broken down. Basically, the thought process is still there. But when you come to say the words, they're not there, or they either come out wrong and people can't understand you. And I was obviously at home during lockdown and talking to my wife, and what's up with you? Have you been drinking up?
No.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Of course I've not. You're sounding strange, and I knew in my mind that something was wrong. But obviously, being a stupid man, I didn't want to say anything.
You want to go to doctors?
Yeah, didn't want to say anything to her. Didn't want to say anything to anyone. And then it just gets worse and worse, and all of a sudden, she said, you need to get this checked out. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No way am I sitting down with a doctor and trying to explain to him what's going on in my head. So she couldn't force me. But, she told my 2 sons, and they said, look, if you don't want to speak to us about it, go and see the GP. It might be a simple explanation. So I went to my local GP, and he was absolutely brilliant. He said, look, what I'll do is I'll give you a blood test to find out what's going on in your body, and come back and see me in a week's time, and I'll have the results.
What was that week like waiting? You must have been really scared.
No, I wasn't, honestly. I really wasn't. I kept thinking, is it dementia? Is it Alzheimer's? So
and that didn't scare you?
No, the fact that I could be a burden to my family scared me, but not the condition itself. So I went back after a week, and he said, I've found the cause, or I think I've found the cause. You've got an underactive thyroid. So what's that when it's at home? Well, this, that, and the other. I give you some tablets, some levothyroxine, and we'll start off at 25, and if your symptoms don't get any better, I'll increase it by 25 each time. So, great, went home, said to Anne, look, they've found the cause. After I get my levels in my blood with the tablets, I'll be fine. So I continued to take the tablets, got up to 175 in levothyroxine, and whether it was just in my mind or not, I felt better. I felt better and had some sort of fluency in the speech, which I hadn't had before. So I think, great. Anyway, I was doing a program on Channel 4, Steph's Back Lunch with Steph McGovern. And I spoke to the doctor, a thyroid doctor, and he said, to be honest, I've never heard of a case where it affects the voice. You're the first. So I said, well, to be honest, it comes and goes, my voice. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. He said, I think you need to look beyond the thyroid and get some help. And I thought, no, I've done enough by seeing the doctor.
Why were you so against getting help?
I'm a dinosaur. Or was a dinosaur.
You're not a dinosaur.
Oh, honestly, as a man, you don't go to the doctors. I prided myself on, I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in 2010.
Yeah.
And
you've been a footballer for over 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Fit. I went to the doctors because you have to get a medical check to climb the mountain. And he said the fact that you've been registered with me for 22 years and I've never seen you suggests you're okay. So he signed them form, and I'm like, bravado, yeah. I don't need doctors and all that sort of stuff. Stupid. I realize how stupid I was now. And I could have prevented my condition, or possibly could have, if I'd gone to see the doctor early. I never thought I'd be in a situation like I was. So that, messes with your head. And then obviously the condition carried on during the thyroid time. So I got told to see a hypnotherapist. So I thought, great, I've seen one in Las Vegas with Anne. And what he does is he gets people out the audience.
Maybe it's a different kind of hypnotherapist, like a performance one to a medical.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
is this the one where they make you eat the onion?
Yeah, and they snap their fingers and you pretend to be a chicken.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's not what they had in mind.
So I thought, I'll see him and he'll rescue my voice. He'll put me under asleep and then my voice will come back. So I went to see him, which is, I would have laughed at you if you'd have said to me before my illness, go and see a hypnotherapist. I would have said, you're absolutely crazy. I wouldn't see that person in a million years. But to be fair, it was the best thing I could have done. And the whole time he would put me under, and it would seem like 1 minute had passed by, and look at the clock, and it was 40 minutes. It didn't rescue my voice, but he kept telling me. I went to see him at least 20 times, kept saying to me, the day you let people know about your condition is the day you start to heal. And I kept saying no, like Sky, my employers will sack me. He said, well, everybody's asking the question, what's up with you? Are you drunk? Have you had a stroke? Are you drinking too much when you're in vision at a game?
So you thought you'd lose your job?
Well, it wasn't. That wasn't the thing I was thinking. I was thinking the embarrassment of it all,
Chris.
being someone. So I thought my voice identified who I was, and that was the biggest mistake, really, because your voice doesn't define who you are. I realize that now, but at that time, when I was still a dinosaur, so to speak, anyway, I did a game at Rotherham during lockdown, Rotherham versus Shrewsbury, and it was incoherent. I couldn't say the words properly. I said the odd one or two wrong beforehand, but this particular game, most of the words came out wrong. So after the game, I got in my car and I thought, I wonder if anybody's noticed, and got on Twitter. And everybody was saying that, I have a lot of followers. What's up with you? Something wrong? Have you been drinking? And all that sort of stuff. So I rang him on the way home. Daniel McDermott, his name is. I rang Daniel and I said, look, I did a game today at Rotherham. He said, right, now stop the car and put on Twitter, you are struggling. You are really struggling. You've got a voice condition, apraxia of speech. It's been diagnosed for you alongside your underactive thyroid. Do it now. He said, and wait for the response. So I did it before I left the car park at Rotherham, got home to Wakefield, checked my phone, and the outpouring of love was amazing. Yeah. So it cheered me up, and I thought, no, everybody wishes me well. It's not an embarrassment, my condition. So I accepted it, which he told me to do like 6 months before.
There's a lot of power in vulnerability.
Yeah.
Which is something that nobody wants to necessarily place themselves in, but it's surprising what the reaction can be like when you just say, I need help, or I'm in a
people are
sticky
just
situation.
Amazing. In my head, I thought people laugh and say, you shouldn't be on the telly. You should be nowhere near TV with your condition, and things like that, things derogatory. And instead of trying to hide my condition, I now was able to say, look, not alongside my illness, I've got this, that, and the other. And it was the best thing ever. It really was. And that was the turning point.
So what changed for you and your family and your work life? What were the changes from that moment onwards?
Well, I got home and I told Anne what I'd done. And she said, great. Daniel had phoned her and said, try and get him to tell the world, and it won't be fine from then on, but it'll be a massive weight off his shoulders. So, and it was.
Yeah, no more hiding.
Absolutely, yeah. No, and it was. And straight away, I was able to think straight, phoned Sky and said, look, I've got this condition. I need to not do any more broadcasts. And they were fine about it. So I completely stopped doing my job, and then it was trying to get better. So
what does it feel like to go from such a switch? Because you've got this persona, you know, like I said, I've known you years, cheeky chappy, fast-witted, so physically able, to then have to learn a new version of yourself.
Oh, that was difficult. You know, I used to speak 300 miles an hour, and now I'm, 5 miles an hour.
I know, but every word's a gem. It's a gift. Every word counts.
So it's that's so different. And watching my old self, that was the thing. I wanted to get my old self back again. And that was one thing the therapist said to me, no, you have to get a new version of yourself. And even that was hard to accept in the first place. And then Ben Shepherd rang me, and he said...
Oh, he's lovely, Ben.
Oh, he's top boy. He's absolutely a diamond. Anyway, he rang me and said, Kate Garraway...
Also lovely.
Oh, absolutely. Kate Garraway's husband, Derek Draper, is having treatment in Mexico.
Yeah.
So she thinks you would be better off going to see him in Mexico. So I went, no, would you believe, Shep, I've had 1 million offers of help in this country.
Is that what you call him, Shep?
Yeah.
I don't call him Shep. I want to call him Shep.
So 1 million offers of help, but I'm all right. I'm, trying to find my way. And so I went to see various doctors, Harley Street specialists, and trying to help. And in the end, I went back to Kate, spoke to Kate, and she said the difference in Derek is amazing. Go to Mexico, Monterrey, for treatment, and they might help you, or might be able to help you. So I had a FaceTime meeting with them and booked in to travel to Mexico. And it's a month worth of treatment. And it's radio waves and magnetic waves into the brain, non-invasive at all, for a month, 1 hour a day. And the improvement after the month initially was 50% improvement, which was great. No longer, I've got the fluency back in my voice, so I had the break-in, so the fluency came back, which was great. So then I kept thinking, can I get the speed back in my voice? And I spoke to them, and they said, no reason why not. So I went again for the second year, and I had 15% improvement on the initial one.
So much so that you ended up on The Masked Singer using your voice.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
that's brave, because that's literally all that anyone can identify you as.
Yeah.
What possessed you to go, I'm doing this, and how brave and how brilliant?
Oh, thank you. so much. Would you believe how complex the brain is? So at that time, my singing voice wasn't really back at all. So, but if I spoke in a Scottish accent,
No.
hello, Myleene, it's great to be here and it's a wonderful show today. All of a sudden it gets quicker. So I sang in a Scottish Scottish accent. You can dance every dance with a guy who gives you the eye. Let him hold you tight.
That's wild.
So,
And there's no Scottish in your family? No Scottish links?
Not
It was
at
just
all.
the accent that propelled you?
Yeah, so
Wow.
the brain reacts
Don't
differently.
forget who's taking you home.
And he knows I'm just
Gonna
gonna be
darling,
Yeah.
save the last dance for me. Oh, that's brilliant.
So I did the Masked Singer. Anyway, you've seen all the glorious costumes they
Well,
have.
I did the Masked Singer. That's why I don't know. I don't know how you did it, because obviously you can't see a thing. They can't see you, but they don't explain just how suffocating and how hot. And they say, don't fall off the stage, just look for the red light. You're like, what red light? And it's just so surreal. So to think that you had all of that on top of everything else, I mean, you're just a legend.
It was so good, as you know.
Yeah, you
the
smashed it.
people treat you brilliant. It's a great show to do. I was on the same stage as Lulu in the sing-off. Wow. Oh, that was great. We were at home. It was on January the 1st, New Year's Day, the Masked Singer. It was great. So we had a family friend around and the grandkids were there and everything. And only me and my wife knew that I was on the show. So Marie, the family friend, were watching the show and she goes, he's rubbish, that ghost. Absolutely rubbish. So me and my wife
grab your coat, Marie. Off you go.
Giggling away. So the grandkids loved the ghost costume and stuff.
Brilliant.
And to not go back for the next 5 weeks was absolutely great. Yeah,
Chris, honestly, the humour that you have and your approach to life is just second to none. But I want to talk about you getting awarded and recognised by the royal family. You have an MBE.
I know. When you do charity work, you don't expect to be rewarded. I'm a patron of 6 charities. And the way I look at it, I'm in a position to help. So I never thought in a million years that one day I would be in that position. So having got that status or whatever, you have to give back.
You speak up against racism.
Yeah, of course.
You use your voice in a very powerful way.
I've been a patron of showing racism, the red card, for a long time now. Obviously, when I played, racism was rife, When I look at it now and how diverse it is now, don't get me wrong, racism hasn't gone away.
No,
It'll
I know
always be
it.
there. Yeah.
Of course.
It'll always be there, but it's got so much better.
What do you plan to do next? Because it feels like, I feel like Eleanor here. Never know where you're going to go next and what you're going to be up to. The campaigns that you've taken on from fighting racism, the charity work that you've gone on to lead. You've got your MBE. You've been an incredible pundit. And a sportsman. I mean, you've done everything. You've even been a ghost, a singing ghost, taking on Lulu.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's like you've lost your voice and then found it again.
Yeah.
What's your plan next?
I'm lucky. I've got some great friends, Jeff Stelling, Steph McGovern, and I've got millions. But there's one fella who keeps saying, come on, Cammy, you're too young to retire, even at my old age. And he keeps badgering me. And now we're going on a
Oh, this isn't Shep,
tour.
is it? Is this
It's
Shep?
Ben Shepherd, yeah. So we're going on a theatre tour. And I said, no one's going to come and watch me anymore. And he went, you'll be surprised. We'll have a great time and we'll enjoy it, And I said, do I need it? And he said, yes, you do. Otherwise, if you're doing nothing, that'll be worse for you. Let's get out there and have some fun. So we hopefully gonna do that.
That's brilliant. Well, there's people who have huge challenges with their health and feel, rightly so disengaged or so let down or so worried about what the future holds.
Yeah.
What would you advise them, or what's helped you to be able to tackle this? You've clearly got an incredible family, incredible support network, great friends, but also your mind still is sharp.
Well,
and you've got the fighting mentality.
My mind gave up, and without the help of other people, when you reach rock bottom, which I did, you think there's no way out, It's the end. There's no way out. You don't want to be a burden to your family. So since accepting that I'm no longer the person I was and I have improved my condition, everything in life is a bonus now. And to come out the other side and see life as it is just incredible. And everybody who's going through torment, that's the thing. I never really believed in mental health. I thought, come on, what's up with you? What can be so bad? Get yourself out of it. And then you go through it and you realize what it's all about. And I never thought I'd be thinking dark thoughts and stuff like that. I thought, nah, I'll never get to that situation. But I have, and I've come through it. And now I think what an idiot I was, and how self-centered to be in a place like that when the family, sorry, I'm getting choked on, when the family, it's the same. Every time I talk about my condition, I get upset.
Chris Kamara, you are one remarkable person. You are so brave.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm coming to give you a hug.
Oh, please. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for all you do.
Oh.
I want to give you a medal. Hey, where's your MBE? Where have you put it? Where have you put the medal? Where have you put that lovely letter they send you?
Well, I have I love me room.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I do. I live on a farm, a small holding, and we have a big barn. And I have a I love me room with football memorabilia in there. So, yeah, it's in there.
Oh, that sounds like a room that should be well appreciated. We love you. We love you, Chris. You're what a legend you are.
Yeah.
I hope that room's huge.
Oh, well.
I bet it must be to be filled with all that memorabilia.
It's a playroom, and the grandkids love playing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, a question. Anytime you've had any misses that maybe some glasses might have helped you out? Or is that a really painful subject?
Would you believe thank God I reacted like I did at Portsmouth in 2010.
Talk me through what happened.
Oh, well, I was at Portsmouth versus Blackburn. That day, they decided the health and safety that the only people to be allowed in the gantry was the match commentator and the co-commentator. And I said, well, where am I going to go? And they said, in the corner of the frat end. So the frat end is where all the Pompey fans are. So, which was fine because I played for Pompey on 2 separate occasions. And they were so pleased for me to be there. I was stood more or less close to the corner flag, and the health and safety came back once more and said, look, those cables are dangerous. And we said, no, they're not. They're bonded with rubber and stuff. No, you need to come back. When you do your report, you'll have to do it at least 4 yards back from where you are. So at that particular time when Anthony Van Den Borough got sent off, I was doing a report. So Carly Bassett, she was my contact between me and Jeff. So she told me I was on next. So I walked down to the position, and now I've got my back to the game. With that, Charlie Nicholas shouted, "Goal!" So he does his report. So that lasts about 2 minutes. And then she said, "Don't worry, you're next." Phil Thompson then shouts, "Goal!" So I'm looking away from the action for about 4 minutes. And then Jeff says, "Let's go down to Chris Kamara at Fratton Park where there's been a send it off." So I went and send it off. I must have missed that, Jeff.
No.
Are you not watching? I am.
Where were you
Get
looking?
your fingers out and count the number of people. So I actually saw him go off. But I said, "Jeff, I thought they were bringing a sub on." I never saw the card come out. It was a second yellow card for deliberate handball. I wasn't the only one in that stadium. But the reaction I got, Ben Shepherd said, "We're going to show that red card." And I went, "Please don't. I'll get the sack." And he went, no, it's funny." So he showed it. I was like that. Instead of laughing, I thought, I'm definitely going to get the sack. So I go home Sunday afternoon. The phone goes about 8 o'clock. It's the producer in Convent. And I answered it. And I said to him, "It's Condo. I'm sacked here." And he said, "What's the nearest television studios to you?" So I said, "Yorkshire Telly." He said, "Can you get there for, say, 11 tomorrow?" And I said, "Why?" He went, "Global TV has picked up on the sending off that you miss. Fox Sports, Dutch TV, Chinese TV." There was, so all of a sudden, from it being a disaster, Sky got all this publicity for it. Yeah.
Well, now you got your glasses on.
And now
You're not missing anything.
So yeah, absolutely. So I would not have missed the sending off with these glasses.
Chris, it's been an honour. Thank you so much.
Oh,
what a delight.
Thank you, Myleene. Great to see you. And you're looking wonderful.
Oh, well, I can believe you because you got your glasses on. Well, I'd like to introduce you to Boots Opticians optometrist and clinical services manager. This is John Hopcroft. Hello there. We're going to talk through the Boots Opticians ultimate eye tests using the latest OptoMap technology. OptoMap technology sounds complicated.
It's actually really simple and it's really quick. It doesn't take much time to capture the scan at all. And it's a huge leap forward for Boots Opticians in terms of the technology as part of an eye check, as part of our ultimate eye test.
That's a lot of information that you're garnering about what the eye is doing.
Absolutely.
And what do you then use that information to do?
The eyes are a window into your eye health, but they also give us indicators about your general health too. So conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes. So seeing more and being able to capture more of the retina to compare and examine are really helpful for us.
So they really are the window to the soul.
Absolutely.
So obviously Chris Kamara is 21. But for those, should we say adults, so for 60, say, or approaching 60, how important is eye health? Oh, we liked that one.
Would you believe I've got 20/20 vision?
No, you haven't.
I have.
I saw you missed that card.
Well, apart from that day.
You could be a pilot. That's the next challenge for you.
That's what they told me in Boots. Anyway.
How have you got 20/20 and I've been in glasses since I was 4? Wow. That's why you're so good at those goals. There you go, Chris. Okay,
That's
ignoring Chris's perfect vision, but what about regular checkups?
So regular eye checks are important for everybody, no matter their age, but even more so for patients over the age of 60, because eye conditions increase in prevalence with age. For example,
look at me over.
I'm not looking. But for example, glaucoma, it's a condition that has very few symptoms, so you wouldn't know that it started, but we can see signs at the back of the eye. Over the age of 60, every 10 years, the risks double for you. So having an eye check is really an important way of helping us prevent, and there's treatments and ways to manage these conditions that are really effective. But the sooner we are able to pick up on these conditions, the better.
I'm over
21.
60, so regular eye checks are so important. Now they know you can go regular and they can tell you and they can do something about it, So that side of it is perfect. I thought, you go along, you read them letters, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and that's it. And they say, oh, okay, you can read that line, that's it. You need these glasses, and you can go. With the test I had in Boots, no stone was left unturned, which is great.
Just a really thorough examination. He's in good hands.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really great point, because lots of people don't realise how much of a health check the eye check actually brings. They think it's just reading the letters and getting new glasses or contact lenses, but it's so much more than that.
Thank you, John. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. You with your 20/20 vision.
I still can't see a red card, though.
Probably best. A huge thank you to all my guests on See What's Possible, showing that, well, anything is possible. And of course, thank you to you for listening.
In a world that's always moving, don't stand still. Why wear clear lenses when you can choose dynamic ones that adapt to your life? Discover transition lenses, clear lenses indoors that darken outdoors. Available in a wide range of colours. Visit your Boots Opticians for a demo.